A premeditative mind can plan things better. Libby, you must have heard a term called premeditated murder, right? You see how well they plan? And we, with the help of God or with the help of the divine, we can even plan better. I think today we are in a very typical situation, very different from many generations before. I don't know if you have earlier seen the ad. It was by Squibb Bristol Laboratories in US, and they were manufacturing stress taps. And each time they advertised the stress taps, they portrayed it as if you are burning a candle on both ends and your life is also like that, take stress taps. These days, I don't think we are burning on two ends. We are burning on all possible ends and creating so much of, I think, drain, like a phone battery. If you have many apps running on your phone, your battery will get discharged very fast. Like that, when our energies are moving, our attentions are in many directions and they consume you actually. That creates a lot of problems at the mental health, emotional health, and finally physical health. I will share a very small story with you, my little encounter I had during one of my visits with my master in Shahjahanpur. It was an interaction I cannot forget. It was with Babuji Maharaj. It was one fine winter morning, and he was seated very comfortably in one of his easy chairs, and I was diagonally across from him, at least 10 feet away. Though we were only two, I chose to stay very far so as not to disturb with my presence there. I was just seated, and he points at me and does ishara, means hints like this, come. So I get up and go towards him, and I sit near his feet. And what he does was very remarkable. Since it was a winter morning, his skin was very dry. So with his nail, he drew a line on his upper palm, and he asks me, you see, this is a water canal. I say, yes, Babuji. Then he drew another line from that line, and he said, do you understand? I said, no, Babuji. Then he drew third line. He says, now there are 3 water lines, and the power of water is reduced. Now do you understand? I say, yes, Babuji. So we have a very limited mental resources. We need to use them wisely. So we have to prioritize what is my priority at the moment. We should not do more than 2 things at a time. One thing is whatever we are doing in a daily work professionally or vocationally. But the most important thing I should be doing is keeping my heart connected with the fine spiritual condition that I have acquired after the morning meditation. That should become my primary act. And whatever I do professionally or vocationally is my secondary act. So while performing my inner contacts, while maintaining that inner contacts, I can perform all other activities. In the beginning, I know it will be difficult. But try it like this, learn from young children. And one beautiful example that comes to my mind is when we train our children how to use a bicycle. We don't give them bicycle immediately, we give them four-wheeler, two big ones and two small ones to support. And then on top of that, we also support them with our hands and we walk and they pedal. And time comes when we remove the supporting wheels, then they are on the three wheels, and then they are on two wheels. And then a time comes, they are able to ride a bicycle, going to school, going to meet their friends. When they are riding bicycle with their friends, they let go of their hands also and drive, singing. But the paddling is the main activity. They are not aware, but their mind, their subconscious mind, is not aware of paddling. It becomes a secondary act, though it is primary. Singing with friends, talking to friends while bicycling, it becomes their main thing. So, like that, we can maintain our inner poise, our centeredness, and continue doing. Let's say if you have children in the house, attending to them, cooking in the house, or doing your professional or whatever vocation you may have. And you'll be able to see how your energies are well utilized at the time. Not more, not less, but exact amount of dose you are injecting in the form of energy. Because since you meditate, a pre-meditative mind can plan things better. Libby, you must have heard a term called premeditated murder, right? You see how well they plan? And we, with the help of God or with the help of the divine, we can even plan better than a murderer, right? We can plan our life in such a way that it becomes really, really worthwhile. People should feel jealous what a lovely life they are leading. There is no stress. What for? When the Almighty God is within our heart and we are experiencing it all the time, why must I drain my batteries?